vibe. Is you down the ride, down the tide? You will never know. You ain't never tried. Work it out. Hit the gym, hit the field. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this ad.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go! Let's go! Set, ready? 50, plant. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flushed up, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And his throw's going to be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Looking to throw. But it's brought in by Washington. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, 77 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Watch the
They run for the first time with Justice Hill, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
buy some time right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Let's go, hey. Well, Mike 34, Mike. Check.
On third down, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll go with Hill here on first down. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 13-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check nickel. Kill.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
Throwing is Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Devin Bush able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack, but he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Watch time. Tight end right. We got three, fellas. We got 3. 90 isn't Mike.
3rd and goal, Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready up.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Set. 10-2 soft.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Hill, and he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Buddy up. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. There he goes inside the 30. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Jackson now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
90 is a mic. You're not ready. You're not ready.
To throw is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
It's going to be a long day. Go. Get him, get him, get him. You got him.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. No. 3 down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. And he'll give it here to his running back. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 31-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 33-yard line.
Down. 60 outlaw. You ain't doing nothing today. Get it.
2nd and 11. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Let's go now.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Watch Mike. New Mike, 52, Mike 52. Come on, the ball. Go. 52's the Mike right here, over there, Mike. 52's the Mike.
Jackson from the shotgun. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Let's go. Hey, hold on. Watch the run.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. My 52.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Jackson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. And an alley to run. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL, but it seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
25. Check 25. Check 25. That's it, baby. We're going to work.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's going to take off with it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Yeah. 15 on it. 15 on it. Hey.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And this is caught at the 8. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Let's go, baby. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Here we go, here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Dancing to his left. Now he'll go deep down the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Devin Bush in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
At the 21-yard line.
Ready, set. They can't hang with us. Go. Watch 89. Quad. 90 is a mic. Oh, here we go. Oh, 90 is a mic. Yeah.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Come get some. He don't want it. Mike 52. Hey, defense, let's go. Go. Kill.
And the blitz does come. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 28 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Jackson now Hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now Johnson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. That one a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Right back to him on 1st down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Here we go. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Let's go. 50, play. 31 for Mike. Here we go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
70, Indy.
First down, Steelers.
On 1st down, Akers. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Second and 3. Buying time to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Kenny Young in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
3rd down. 3rd and 8.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Smith. 31's again.
He'll look to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 31-yard line.
A gain of 21 yards. And the Steelers first down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw here. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Now back to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 19. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw here. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey, echo.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Kenny Young able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
We own it. We own it.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Pull it together. 952. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Here's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Andrews. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. So probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Jackson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. A gain there of 21 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
I'm on. Check the backer, check the backer.
They'll run on 1st down. Hill. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the Steelers' 27-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
552.
Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
That's how we do it.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
No, Mike 52, Mike 52. Rip right, Presto. Try ball. Watch out.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. That is caught at the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you know...
It got his man complete. A big pickup of 38.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll drop the throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are going to get the football back.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 1st down, and it's Hill again. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Ravens, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll